we celebrate the feast of St. John the Baptist traditionally in Christianity at the 6-month mark from Christmas. Um, and, and this date is traditionally said to be the same as John the Baptist's birthday, because it's recorded scripturally that John the Baptist was born before Jesus. And so the birth date is marked 6 months before. And this is unusual. Most saints are venerated on the day that they died. But for St. John the Baptist, he's venerated on the day he was born. And there's lots of symbolic significance in that. If we think about his birth, when we start looking deeper into the significance of all of this Masonically, and there's some things that kind of play against each other. And we'll see that on the one side of the coin, we'll see symbolism saying one thing, and on the other side, it's saying something that sounds completely different, but it's alluding to something that is a greater whole. And so just keep that in mind, that this is a date that we venerate the birth of St. John the Baptist. But because it coincides, not necessarily identically with the summer solstice, but close to the summer solstice, in the past, it was often celebrated, like in the Middle Ages, with Midsummer's Day, which is the summer solstice. And one of the really common ways of celebrating this was with fire. There was lots of feasting and so on, and people getting out and milling about. It was a huge celebration. It was considered like a bookend for Christmas. So we have Christmas at the winter solstice, and then we have St. John the Baptist Day at the summer solstice. And so two big celebrations that kind of mirrored each other in some ways. But fire was a huge part of the celebrations of this day in medieval times. And in particular, there was a tradition of building fires out of bones. And it was believed that the smoke of the bones, that pungent smoke from burning bones, helped to ward off evil spirits. And some cultures even practiced leaping through the fire as a form of purification, a kind of like baptism by fire. And these fires of bone is actually where we get our term bonfires. Bonfires means bone fires. So we don't literally burn bones in all of our bonfires today, but that's where we get the word. And so this celebration of St. John the Baptist is actually part now of our common vernacular when we talk about building a huge fire. We're making that connection with the past, whether we realize it or not.